Calum Kerr.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I stand to put forward new clause 22 and new clause 27, both of which I don't think the Minister referred to, so unless I slept through that bit, I hang on his every word normally, so I'm sure that wasn't the case. Before I do, though, I would just like to touch on a couple of other new clauses. It's a pleasure to follow the Right Honourable Member for Devizes. Her and many colleagues in this House have campaigned hard in this area. I think the Government's move on new clause 20 is welcome. Although I would just quickly recount a story. When I was on the Bill Committee, I phoned home one night, and of course my wife said, "What have you been up to today?" And I explained about access to underage pornography, and she said, "Well, funnily enough, I came home today from work and found Robert, who's 7 years old, looking at inappropriate content," and my heart sunk. She said he was watching the third presidential debate. And I can see where she was coming from, but she said to him, "Robert, do you know what you're watching here?" And he said, "Yes, I do." "Well, why are you watching that?" Because it's important, and I have a friend at school called Donald," they said. and I think this brings me on to the concerns that the Honourable Member for Cardiff West raised, and I think we would share, which is, as we proceed down this route, it's very important that these powers are a last resort, that they don't stop access to sites that are unintended, and that as a result we proceed with care, that we take sufficient time to look at the implications, that we seek to avoid unintended consequences both for ISPs and for websites, while still developing a robust set of measures that stop young Robert accessing the content we really want him to avoid. And it was mentioned earlier the importance of the method of verification and the tool Yoti, I think is how it's pronounced. I always think of it as Yachty because I like Yachty a lotty, because actually what it means is databases are not built of what people are accessing, and individuals are protected. And I commend the Labour front bench for some of their efforts to push this further. I'll quickly touch on two areas before